The mic's picking up the banging. My word. Okay. Hello, welcome to Annie Buns. In this video, I'm going to make scones. Cheese scones. Scones. Some yummy cheese scones. Scones. Whatever. I don't know. I say scones, so excuse me. Let's get into it. This is what you're going to need. I didn't take out the egg. Okay, egg in. Okay, so these are the ingredients you're going to need to make the scones. Scones. Okay. Anyway, so I've got 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, and then 1 extra cup of flour. I'll get to that. I have 2 tablespoons of castor sugar, and I have a tablespoon baking powder, 125 grams of butter, a pinch of salt, for half a cup of buttermilk, a quarter cup of water, 1 egg in a snazzy little tubby, 100 grams of grated cheese. And just because there's no such thing as too much cheese, I have about 62 grams extra cheese. I'll get to that. And then last but not least, and most importantly, a cup of coffee. This is yummy. This is salted caramel coffee, especially for this video. You drink coffee with your scones. Let's begin this. Okay, so before we start, you need to preheat your oven to 200 degrees Celsius. I have here a very large bowl. The bigger your bowl, the easier it is to work, believe me. Okay, so let's start. First, we are going to sift all the dry ingredients. Going to put in the 2 cups of flour, trying not to spill, as usual. Okay, most of it's in. I'm going to put in the baking powder, the salt, and then just sift that. So that is our dry ingredients. There we go, dry ingredients sifted. And then we're going to add the sugar to the flour mixture. So this is the fun part. My grandma always said, if you cannot get your hands dirty while you are baking, you are not baking. So I'm just going to take a normal knife, and I'm going to take my butter. I'm going to cut it up in little pieces. So I just took the butter straight from the fridge, so it's easier to cut up. Preferably do not melt the butter. You'll see why now, because you need to rub it in. So now we're going to have some fun. Play with the butter in the flour until it is nice and fine. Okay, so yeah, excuse the banging if you can hear it. So once the butter has been rubbed in and there's no lumps of butter left, I'm going to add the cheese. So this is the 100 grams of cheese that we're adding in now. Just going to mix it in yummy nicely. Okay, and now we're going to make a little hole in the middle. Now put this aside. Okay, so now we are going to mix the eggs, the water, and the buttermilk. Break that in there. Oh, it's a double yolk. Look, it's a double yolk. The water and the buttermilk. Sip of your coffee. Okay, so we're just mixing that in nicely. Bring this back. I'm going to put this mixture in the center of the dry ingredients, and now we're going to work it in. We're going to form a soft dough now. Okay, so this is the part where the extra cup of flour comes in. So you want your dough to be solid. So this is very sticky. You want it to be solid. So I'm going to take a handful of flour and add it, and then just work that in. You need the right consistency. So always have a bit of extra flour handy. So if you realize you put too much flour in and your dough is too hard or too stiff, then you add a little bit of water, and so you can tweak until you get the right consistency. So it's a nice and a soft dough. I wish these guys downstairs would finish with their banging so I can have less of a headache. Cheers. So now it's time to put it in the pans. Okay, well, we got some background music. It is called Thumpity Thump Thump Thump, because someone downstairs decided they want to renovate their house when I want to shoot. Okay, so I have done the dough. I've got my extra cheese. I still have some coffee left. And I have taken an oven pan, lined it with the wax wrap. This is the fun part. You can make your scones as big as you want to. I like big scones, a little bit bigger than a golf ball, I think. And you just squish them flat like that. Space them nicely so that your scones have space to go wider and up. So before we put them in the oven, you take some of your extra cheese and you just thump some cheese on. Thump, thump, thumpity, thump, thump, thump. Stop thumping! So we're going to put these guys in the oven about 15 to 25 minutes. So it depends on how big you make your scones. Normal cupcake size, then I would suggest about 15 minutes. These are nice and big ones, so I'm going to bake them for 25 minutes. Keep an eye on them, and when I think they are brown enough, then I'll take them out.
A few moments later.
So there's my scones. They are absolutely fantastic. Make them, enjoy them, let me know what you think. You need to comment on the video, please. It helps me. It helps me to grow, it helps my channel to grow, and it makes me know that you like what I do. Subscribe. Cheers. Yummy.